Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let me backtrack a little bit. It was the year 2008. It was a beautiful morning in the summer break. You happily walked to a familiar place, entered the building, and talked to the front office. You got your usual position, boot up the PC, cracking some fingers. And you were confused for the first minute because you had so many choices. Ragnarok, Seal Online, FF, Gunbound, Get Up. So many choices. Anyway, when you had decided which game to play and logged into one of those games, suddenly a bad thing happened. Oh my god, what should you do? You had booked the computer for the next 3 hours. Are you gonna end up looking at the screen, maybe playing some on-net or free sale like a berkutang bersarung with an old PC? Then somebody from the next cubicle say hi. And he asked happily, Dota? And that was the life for the day. The whole place is now playing a game with no internet via local area network about raiding the other side fortress strategically by using each character's ability and an effective, efficient combo. And you started to think, what a beautiful life we're having right now. So good morning, class. That was nasty. Welcome to Gaming 101, and this is everything I'm going to teach you about multiplayer online battle arena! Now let me start with the basic concept of every single one of MOBA games. Well, except for Vainglory because they have a single lane mode, so yeah, we'll tell you about that later. Typically, each match starts with 2 opposing teams made up of 5 players with different names in each game. They battle their way in 3 lanes with some jungle areas occupied by neutral monsters. Each lane is defended by 3 defensive turrets or towers, but since I grew up in Dota, so we call it towers. The victory goes to the team that destroys the main structure on enemy space, just like this and this. Yeah. There are some other structures in the base, and destroying them give benefits. Yay! There will be some creatures that we call lane creeps, spawn at the same time on each lane, periodically in every 30 seconds. Well, younger creeps spawn in every 60 seconds, so yeah, that's different. But they have different starting time in each game. These creeps help the player to push the enemy space, but they are AI controlled, so they move on their own. And when it comes to us, the players, one player controls a single powerful character called hero or champion or gods. But again, since I grew up with Dota, so let's call them heroes. Sorry, this one, I lost the rubber band here, so this lid is kinda, in Indonesia we call it ngapleh. So, and you, as a hero, earn experience to level up and golds to buy items by killing creeps, lane, or any other heroes or structures. And here's the interesting part. Each hero has different skills and different roles. So in order to win, you need to put the teamwork and hero role synergy. We have marksman and fighter as the damage dealer, assassin and mage as the nuker, and the last one, the healer, the support, or the tank to do the healing, tanking, things like that. Oh, and I forgot to mention this one creepy bastard. He stands still in this one specific place, a brutal creature with heavy damage. Well, you don't feel it anymore if you're level 18 or something. And after you beat him, you get a reward, different in each game. So make sure you beat him in order to spice up the game, making it more intense. Yeah, so that's enough for the rules. So now, let's go to the history. MOBAs, as you may have known, are a huge deal. But they really have an incredibly humble origins. Now we travel through time to the year of a strategy game called StarCraft was a hit. Then a guy username Aeon64 created a custom map for it. Aeon of Strife, the name of the mod, let the players control a single hero unit and fight with a team against computer-controlled units in 3 lanes. And of course, the objective is destroying the enemy's main structure. When it looked like Aeon of Strife was the basis of MOBA, it actually wasn't. The total players allowed were only 4, and it's not competitive, meaning that you're always against AI-controlled units. However, yes, the MOBA concept was built at that time. Even the term of MOBA itself hasn't. Okay, now moving fast forward to the year of 2003. Another game has been released a year prior by Blizzard. the third installment of Warcraft series, aka Warcraft 3. Just like their previous masterpiece, StarCraft, it came with tools that enable players to create custom maps and scenarios. And I tell you what, modders loved it, for sure. Someone username Eul or created a mod inspired by Aya of Strife with the name of, you know it, Defense of the Ancient, which if we make it shorter, Defense of the Ancient, DOTA. It's Dota! The game mechanism was pretty much exactly what you're seeing in MOBAs today. Then some other guy username Gwinsu created Dota All-Star, which featured a combination of elements from multiple variations on Dota and quickly became the most famous version of the map. However, here's the negative part. Dota is a mod, and a mod is just a mod, man. It depends on all the assets from the original game, so it could never feature a new model, a new structure, and here's the bitter part. The mods could not give any profit for the modders. So while a lot of developers quit modifying Dota, it was in the safe hands of IceFrog, and under his guidance, Dota continued growing popularity as it became more balanced and more fun, of course, including us, Indonesians. Oh man, as I said before, we grew up with Dota. When it comes to living in the world, led by our thirst of wealth, of course money is important. And no joke, it is. So at some time later, Gwinsu left Dota and joined a developer gang, Riot Games. You know where it's going. A little hint that sometime later is 2009. The gang soon built their own version, the groundbreaking standalone MOBA game, League of Legends. They kept a similar style and design from Dota mod, but its graphic was more cartoony and the mechanics was easier to understand. Well, you know, the character development thing, the roleplay thing, and the equip item upgrading thing, yada yada yada. And Riot Games is the one who introduced the term multiplayer online battle arena, or to put it simply, MOBA. Another notable thing, or should we say a revolutionary business model unit in video gaming, was done perfectly by Riot Games. LOL was sold at $0 freaking dollars. In fact, it is still free today. So how do they make money? Listen here. Anyone can play League of Legends because it's free, correct? Correct. But can they play it as a whole? I don't think so. Because LoL has this rotating hero system, meaning some heroes are free in a certain week, and in some other weeks, they're not. It keeps rotating the roster over and over and over again. So if you want to play with a specific hero, you gotta buy the hero, man. And this business model grew huge. It moved people away from Warcraft 3's Dota, while in Indonesia, we always stuck with Dota all the time. And that's a normal phenomenon because internet was an expensive shit back in the day. And most Indonesians, like I am, played offline games and only Dota could get the job done. Sometimes with LAN, yeah, Indonesians, you know how it was. So I guess LoL didn't put Indonesia as the top market priority, and that made sense. But later on, the internet thing kinda backfired. Because not so long after LoL's release, Valve hired IceFrog and they started working on a standalone successor of original Dota, which in 2013 was released with the name of Dota 2. The gameplay, the characters, and the items, it's all the same. The only difference was, of course, the graphics. It's like the original Dota, but more beautiful. It's so beautiful, oh my god. Now those two are the main popular MOBA games that I'm sure you know it already. But there are also some rising MOBA games such as Smite, Heroes of the Storm, Heroes of War, and Demigod. You may have played one of those, or maybe one of them is your main game? I don't know. This popular genre also has people to establish some big-ass tournaments. In fact, the priciest tournaments in the world. Now take a look at the most expensive esports tournament data I gathered, and this is all about MOBA. So even though Dota 2 is the second most played MOBA, they have the most expensive esports tournament in the history of the world, making its players young millionaires. Meanwhile, LoL 2018 World Championship follows in the 9th position in the most expensive esports tournament with a prize pool of $6 million. Smite World Championship 2015 recorded having prize pool of $2 million, settled in 24th position. And here comes the last thing I want to discuss with you guys. We live in Indonesia. Indonesians don't play PC or console that much because we have this and this, those things. Yes, smartphones. MOBA invades Indonesians through the mobile versions such as Vainglory, Mobile Legends, Arena of Valor, Marvel Super War, and League of Legends Wild Rift is coming this year. Vainglory is actually the first, but high specification demand and low audience interaction, such as online advertising, is completely beaten by Mobile Legends. Didn't you remember in 2016, 2017? Did you see Vainglory advertisement? Or did you see Mobile Legends advertisement? Now you know. So that's how and why Mobile Legends prevails. FYI, there was also a battle of control system when Vainglory used the classic tap-tap system, but Mobile Legends, they use analog system, and that's why I don't play Mobile Legends. Sorry. Arena of Valor tried to shake it off its throne, but too late. Mobile Legends is the most popular mobile game in Indonesia, mobile version, and that becomes your homework, Riot Games. If you want to kill Mobile Legends with your game, Wild Rift, you gotta do something unusual. Maybe bind some Mobile Legends athletes a shiny contract so they don't touch Mobile Legends anymore. Pay social media and YouTube kings to play and praise your game, but that costs a fortune. So there you have it. That's the story of MOBA. It sure has a humble beginning, but MOBA has completely gone from being a mod into a brand new video game genre. So I guess that's enough. Thank you for coming. Class dismissed.